enjoying my last cup of coffee.
You say that now.
Hey guys, so today's video is how I am taking control of my health. Growing up, I didn't really learn nutrition well, and because I did grow up in poverty, whenever I would eat as if that was my last meal, because I wasn't always sure when I was going to be able to eat the next time. So I would eat really fast, and then this started turning into me overeating because of how fast I would eat. Wasn't really taught how to slow down, chew my food, enjoy my meal, and take mindful breaths while eating. This really did play into my weight. I really fluctuated a lot with my weight, especially when I was younger. I was definitely more heavyset. If you saw, how I started my healing journey, part 1, sharing the experiences, I kind of touch base on that a little bit, but that was more so whenever I was kind of getting bullied for my weight. But for me, I just never felt comfortable in my body, and I think being so young and also just having that stigma put on by society of how I needed to look, even at a young age, I just didn't feel beautiful in my skin. My nickname growing up was gorda, which in Spanish means fat, like fat girl. And it was because out of all of my cousins, I was the most heaviest set because I love to eat. I love food and I love to eat. So that definitely had a lot to do with my self-esteem. Never really felt comfortable in my body, never really felt comfortable eating around people other than my family members, because they would always tell me slow down or don't eat that much, so I was kind of already used to tuning them out. It's just kind of been a struggle. I definitely have battled eating disorders of binge eating and withdrawing myself from food for a long period of time, and I tried learning about nutrition. I never was really one to stick to diets because I just didn't understand diets. I was I don't want to have to guess what diet's gonna work for me and constantly be on diets to see what's gonna make me thin. For me, it was always about, I just want to feel healthy in my body. I want to be happy in my body. I still struggle with food, especially because I love cooking, but because when I did start cooking, I was cooking for 5 people to help my mom out because she was working, and she was a kitchen manager at a sorority house, so she's cooking for 250 people, so she doesn't want to come home and cook for 5 people. So then I would come home and I would cook for us. So I always got used to making big portions, and so when I had to learn how to make smaller portions, it was just really hard for me to grab hold of that knowledge and telling myself you're only cooking for yourself, or you're only cooking for you and Chris. And I want to say about probably almost 2 years ago, when I first started going to therapy, this was one of the things that I was talking about with my therapist, and they had mentioned Viome, which is a third-party company where it tests your microbiome, which is the bacteria that lives in your gut, and it shows what kind of inflammation you're having, how much inflammation, if you have a leaky gut syndrome. And at the time, it was $300, and because I could barely afford to go to therapy, I was oh, I can't afford that right now. And it was something I've always wanted to do, and I just kept pushing it off, and I kept making excuses for it. And then last year, I was watching Earth Mama Medicine, who had decided to buy a kit, and I felt like that was spirit telling me through people that I look up to and I'm inspired by, to be yeah, if they can do it, you can do it. It's all about your mindset if you want to do it. So I kept pushing it off and pushing it off, making excuses, eating really poorly. Actually, at the very beginning of this year, I made a vision board for myself, and on my vision board, I put Viome, and I was like, I'm gonna get serious about my health this year, and I'm gonna get serious about eating better. And rather than having to go to doctors and going through like the jump and loopholes of the medical system just to merely find out like how I can start getting tested, I'm cutting out that middleman and I'm taking control of health myself. Put it on my vision board so that way I was like looking at it every day, and I've crossed so many things off my vision board, and it's been a very helpful tool for manifesting. And you know, I had the money this year and I just kept putting it off, and then one day I just was at work and I was like, you know what, screw it. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this for myself, and I'm gonna get like, it's happening and it's starting. So I did. I bought it. This kit, I got it when it was on sale. It was $179, which I know is kind of expensive for some people, but like if you do have the means, I definitely say go for it. You know, it's an investment that's going to pay off in the long run, because I'd rather find out now what I should and shouldn't be eating than trying to play a guessing game with myself. And that's just me personally, you know. I do understand how privileged that might come off, but also this is something that I have been working towards doing for myself for a while, and I wanted to not make up any excuses for myself anymore and like blame other people and be influenced by what other people were eating, and really just find out what it is that I need to be eating. In this kit, you get a measuring tape, because you do need to measure your waist and your hip circumference. You also get a stool sample test, because that's how they find out what your microbiome is by collecting a very small sample of your stool, and it's in this liquid that preserves it, because it is going to be in the mail, and so to keep the freshness of it, it's in this little liquid, and you have to shake it up a couple times and like let it sit, and just to make sure it's like fully well incorporated in there. So also with Viome, they have an app that's for Android and Apple users, and that's where you start filling out questionnaires, which is, okay, when did you take your stool sample? And then it'll start asking you all these questions about like your personal health, your eating habits, your lifestyle. It even goes into like your mental health as well, because we all understand that the mind and the gut have a connection together. So if you are experiencing severe depression, severe anxiety, it might actually be linked to what's going on inside your gut and in your microbiome. So I dropped off my stool sample this morning. Bye! And I am really excited to see what comes back. So my gut test finally arrived at the lab for Viome, and they're processing it right now. I should get my results within 4 weeks, maybe less. So we will see. Just drinking a cup of peppermint tea. I've been going ham on coffee the past 2 days, and I was like, can't be doing this. So trying to get back into good habits. Yeah, and if my glasses are dirty, I work at a smoothie shop right over there, so you're probably just looking at smoothie stains. Alright guys, so it's been about 3 weeks and I finally got back my Viome test results. Like some of the stuff that came back, I was like, alright, I know. I think the most sad thing was like some of the stuff that I have to minimize on because they're like my favorite foods. But you know, it's all for the best and it's for my health. If I look a mess, I apologize, but don't apologize because it's wash day today and I'm letting oil sit in my hair right now until I go and wash it out. Okay, so the way that it gets broken down is that there are superfoods, which are foods that you need to be eating to improve your gut health. There are foods that you can enjoy and need to be building a relationship with. there are foods that you need to minimize, which you can still be eating, but you probably need to start putting some restrictions on how frequently you eat them. And then there are foods that you just need to avoid eating altogether. Like, it's not good for your gut health at all. So I'm gonna quickly go through mine. So for my superfoods, I can enjoy alfalfa sprouts, apple cider vinegar, arugula, avocado, basil, Brazil nuts, carrots, cilantro, coconut meat, coconut oil, and MCT oil, cranberries, dandelion greens, fresh dill, boiled elderberries, endive, fennel bulb, flax oil, ghee, ginger, grapefruit, lemon, mung beans, olive oil, oregano, papaya, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, tarragon, turmeric, watercress, and zucchini. So for my foods that I can enjoy, I have allspice, avocado oil, bay leaf, beef, and it's grass-fed only if it's fatty and lean, but usually red meat doesn't, I personally just don't like eating red meat anymore, but I feel like if I have a hankering for it, at least I know now, like, how much to eat and what are the serving sizes that I should eat, which is another thing, that they like give you the serving size of what you should eat, which I really like that, because again, helps me with understanding nutrition for my body a bit better. Black pepper, blueberry, any kind of bone broth, brown rice, buckwheat, buffalo. Don't really know when I'm gonna eat buffalo, but I thought it was interesting, so I was like, okay. Butter, caraway seeds, cardamom, cayenne, celery and celery seeds, chayote squash, I think that's how you say it, Chervil chicken, darker white meat, which is the really, like, if I'm eating any kind of like animal byproduct, it's usually chicken, dark meat, chili powder, cinnamon, cloves, cacao, coconut milk, collard greens, coriander, cucumber, cumin, dragon fruit, eggplant, fennel seeds, fenugreek seeds, flax seeds, goat gourd, grape leaves, grapeseed oil, green beans, guava, hemp seeds, hickory nuts, hot peppers, huckleberry, kumquats, lambs, lettuce, lime, macadamia nuts, marjoram, mulberries, mustard seeds, nutmeg, oranges, parsley, parsnip, passion fruit, dragon fruit, peppermint, pine nuts, pineapple, pomegranate, poppy seeds, quinoa, radishes, radish sprouts, raspberries, rosemary, safflower oil, saffron, sage, sesame seeds, snap peas, sour cherries, spearmint, spirulina, star fruit, strawberries, thyme, walnuts, water chestnuts, wheatgrass, wild rice, and yellow squash. I felt like after a while, to keep up with it, I had to start making it into a song. Foods that I need to minimize, which is the saddest list for me because it's a lot of my favorite things. So again, these are foods that I can still eat, but I just need to minimize the amount that I eat or how frequently I eat them. So we have apples, artichoke, asparagus, barley, beets, black beans, blackberries, cheese, cherry, chia seeds, chickpeas, coconut water, corn. My heart breaks as I say that. Dates, eggs, figs, garlic, goji berries, grapes, hazelnuts, honey, horseradish, jackfruit, kale, kombucha, leek, lentils, lychee, mango, maple syrup, oats, onions, peach, peanuts, peas, persimmons, pickles, pork, but I really try not to eat pork, potatoes, pumpkins, rice noodles, salt, shallots, spinach, sweet potatoes, taro, which is the sweet purple potato, and I love it. Watermelon, white rice, winter squash, and yogurt. And then the shortest list that I have is avoid, which I'd rather have a short list, but it still kind of throws me off with what I can't eat. So these are foods I cannot eat at all. Almonds, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cashew, cauliflower, coffee, well, we all knew that. Lobster, mustard greens, paprika, pistachios, prunes, and tomatoes. So what really kind of like threw me off was that I can't eat almonds, but yet it did recommend that I can enjoy unsweetened almond milk. But I think if I'm not allowed to eat almonds, I just won't have almond milk. Bell peppers is what really threw me off because I love bell peppers. I love eating them raw. I love adding them to almost any dish. And also like cashews and cauliflower and pistachios. I love all of those. Tomatoes as well. Like, I don't eat tomatoes by themselves, but I do eat a lot of tomato products. So I was like, wow. But yeah, those are my results. I'm going to, because it's recommended that you follow this food list for 90 days and then you take another gut health test. So I'm gonna try eating this food list as much as possible, because it is $179 for the gut health test, and in 3 months from now, I don't know what my financial situation is going to be like, so I'm not going to say like, I'll come back to you guys after I take another gut health test. So I think I'm going to try and eat this until my intuition tells me, go ahead and see like what you need to, like what you might need to change. But we'll see. So that is the foods I can and cannot be eating that I should be eating, and we'll see how it goes. I will probably make another short video in 3 months from now to let you guys know how I feel, if I've noticed that there's been any improvements or changes in my body. So yeah. If you guys like this video, please go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, what content you want to see going further. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell for notifications, follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you aren't already, and share this video with your friends, share any video that resonates with you. Help me grow this platform so I don't have to go back to working a full-time industry job, and I'm able to provide content that I enjoy and doing things that I like, and helping you guys find yourselves on the path of healing. So I'll see y'all next time. Bye.